to the 1v1 Dawn of War tournament. This is the finals, the finale of the tournament. I am joined with Artist. Artist, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, man. It's been a long journey getting to this point. We've been casting for the past 4 weeks. Tournament games, starting with the opening rounds into the quarters and the semis, and it's been pretty competitive. What do you think of what you've seen so far?
It was a pretty good tournament, especially since it was just kind of a for fun tournament with the usual guys from the game night on the Discord. But we did see some pretty good plays already, and I'm excited to see what the finals are going to look like.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll tell you what. From doing just from doing this tournament, which started off for fun, has become something a bit more serious for me and for you and for Dillahan. We've been talking, and we want to raise the stakes and make a collection, make a crowdfunding uh, tournament so that we can raise the stakes, put some cash together, and get things a bit more competitive for this game. Because with with the mod that Dillahan has created, I think we have a very nice game that has someone there that's looking to balance and get the units up to their full potential. If that makes any sense to you.
Yeah, and it's great to have someone who's able to just fix some of the bugs, fix some of the oversights that were left by Relic when they left the game alone, and also someone who can keep making patches. Like Dullahan is working on the next version of the mod, and he has been kind enough to delay the publishing of the new version so as to not break the replays, so that we can do this cast. But as soon as we're done, we're going to be able to have the next iteration of the mod, fixing bugs and improving balance even further.
Where can people find it? By the way, I just want to throw that out there.
The mod, you can find the mod on the workshop, the Steam workshop. So from in game or just Steam, looking at Exodus mod, and there are links as well in the information tab in our Discord, one of our 3 Discord, along with the changelog of the mod, which you can also find on the mod page on Steam.
Guys, I have an invite to my Discord. It's on Twitch. It's in my bio on Twitch, and I will leave a invite on YouTube. And you can find myself, or you can find Artist, and we'll set you up with the mod if you decide that you want to try that out. It's, for me, from what I've seen, especially in this tournament. I mean, keep in mind, I'm not an expert at Dawn of War 3. I enjoy the game. I love watching it. But I definitely would consider myself an expert at RTS. I've been playing the genre for the past 20 years. I've played at a high level in certain games, and I've seen some really great games, and I've seen some back and forth action and a symmetry between the units. That it just works. It just works, and it's a lot of fun, and that's why we decided, hopefully to bring it to the next level. So before we get started, artists, on this final, I just wanted to ask you. I was just wondering, when did you start playing Dawn of War 3? How did you hear about it?
Uh, Dawn of War 3, I started playing during the beta, and I heard about it because I was expecting it. So as soon as they made the announcement, because I had been playing Dawn of War as a franchise since Winter Assaults. So Dawn of War 1, a long time ago. So I was playing all the titles. I had pre-ordered Dawn of War 2, played during the beta as well. So I pre-ordered Dawn of War 3 as well to be able to play in the beta. So
Wow.
I was there from the start.
Wow. So was I. I actually I had watched the Relic Entertainment stream. This is a true story.
Yeah.
Um, I'm a I'm a moderator on that on the Relic channel, and you're not gonna believe this. When it was, I think it was like one of the early announcements or something, whatever it was. I ended up winning the Dawn of War 3 Collector's Edition. It's like a physical
Nice.
copy. It came with a skull, like an actual skull. I mean, it was amazing. It came with its own collector's edition key, and it came with all artwork. And I actually have a vinyl record of the soundtrack for this game, and I won it. I won it in like this raffle that they did, and that was pretty much what led me here. I was also a moderator on the forums, and I would help people to, that were having problems installing the game early on. It was just like a hobby, something that I do. But that's how I found my way. When the game launched, what was your reaction, and what was your reaction to the community at large? Because for me, I felt a lot of chaos, and I know that sounds crazy to say that about a video game, but it was chaotic during those early few weeks. What did you see? What did you feel?
It was really weird because my reaction to the game was very positive. I was I had the same opinion as some other veterans of the franchise. I can think of Dullahan, in fact, because we had that discussion where the game was really polished compared to having witnessed the release of all the other titles in the franchise, as well as Company of Heroes. To be honest, the Dawn of War 3 was working very well, and clearly there was a lot of polish in the mechanics, the gameplay. Everything was streamlined. I love the art. The music is well, you've got the vinyl, so the music is great. Sound design is insane. I've made a tool to extract sounds from the game, so I know for a fact that some elites have half an hour of dialogue, and that's per elites. Every unit has that. It's really well done. So it was very positive, and I really enjoyed the game. And yet, uh, you could start to see people in the community be very, very negative about the game. And it started before the game released. Some people on YouTube started making videos about the game, trashing it probably to get views. And you could see distorted quotes from the devs, um, and where people were starting to say, "Oh, Dawn of War 3 is a MOBA, and it's cartoony, and that was completely different from the experience of actually playing it during the beta. It was I did not see it. Dawn of War is very much an RTS with the largest scale of all Dawn of War games, with a 250 pop cap, Titan units. Uh, so compared to Dawn of War 2, for instance, I could not see the cartoony criticism or the MOBA criticism be any valid. And if they were, I couldn't see how they would not apply 10 times more to Dawn of War 2. So it felt very, very. There was a split between what I saw and what I heard about the game. That was very confusing.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm a conspiracy guy, and honestly, I felt like it was corporate espionage. I mean, I felt like there was a group of people looking to tank this game into the ground. I mean, there was so many negative reviews on Steam. It just didn't make any sense. Where were these people when the beta was on and you could leave feedback? Everybody was leaving positive feedback in the beta. When the game launched, it turned into this, I don't know what. It's just toxic like a fucking toilet. And like I said, a lot of negativity on Steam, and also I noticed what you said. It was like people were making videos on YouTube. I don't know if it was just to get clicks or what, but They were just dogging it everywhere, and that was a little bit shocking. I thought
It
that
was the same on Reddit, on Twitter,
yeah,
everywhere.
I thought the
Not just
multiplayer was good. I enjoyed the multiplayer. I
yeah.
got to be honest with you, the single player was lacking. I felt like it was lacking. I played it the other day. I think I had more fun than I did back then when I first played it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I've been watching the tournaments and stuff. But at a glance, that was probably something that I had a problem with. I also didn't like jumping around from faction to faction on the single player. I wanted one whole faction, one whole single player experience dedicated to the Marines, and I would have preferred each faction having its own campaign and its own stuff to do and its own storyline. I didn't like the way that was done. That's just me. But you know what? It wasn't terrible. It wasn't like, oh my god,
Yeah,
this is unplayable. No, you compare it to a lot of other RTS games that are out there. It's great. It stands up
or other
really well.
genres.
Yes, yes.
It's not my favorite, but it beats Soulstorm's campaign by far. Soulstorm is just a
Well,
random collection of
well,
skirmishes.
I think we could
AI.
debate that. It's a great. I love Soulstorm, single player, but
No, Dark Crusade, yes, but not Soulstorm.
I love Soulstorm. I love everything about that game. How dare you? No, you know what? I thought it was I thought it was a fun game. In spite of its faults with the campaign, I thought the game was decent. I was disappointed there was no 4 vs 4. I wasn't happy about that.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't.
no free for all.
No annihilation. No annihilation.
Although, yeah, at the start we didn't have that, but we made mods for 4v4 and free for all. So we try that from time to time during game nights.
And
it's buggy, but it works.
Well, of course. I mean, one of the largest problems is there was zero support. There was no observer mode. How do you fucking launch a game and post without an observer mode?
A lot of the polish on the animations, removing sync kills, a lot of the decisions are about streamlining the game for a competitive scene. The notion, and you hear that in some of the interviews, the notion was it needs to be readable for people who don't play, so we can have streamers show the game and tournaments and so on. And a lot of that makes sense, except if you're going to go that way, you need an observer mode.
Of course.
How else are you going to live stream stuff? Unless you have a custom client, and then like who uses that? That part didn't make sense.
There was also zero support for the Twitch casters. If you look at Co2, the community management team over there had a huge amount of Twitch support, whether it's dropping links on their social media, letting people know that tournaments are going on, or in the in-game hub. If you've ever played Co2, there used to be a working Twitch hub where you can see who's streaming what, and you can just click on it and jump on. That didn't exist either. So it was a really tough start. But like I said, I always felt that there was a group of people that were creating bots and just attacking the reviews on Steam. But that's me. But luckily, a few of us still stuck by the game and were able to create something where we get together and play, whether it's game day or actually do tournaments again, which is cool.
Yep.
So let's get started. Let's get started with this is the finals. Who's playing? This is Weisberg and who else? Sunblast?
Yep. This is Voice versus Sunblast finals. Best of 5.
So I am at 5 seconds. So in 3 seconds we'll start it up. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are live. Finals have begun. Wow.
All right, so we have Weiss on the left side of the map running tactical marine doctrines. So frag grenades, fire the move. A lot of early game elites. Diomedes, 4 points. Jonah, 3 points. Kill Team, 2 points. So he's going for mass tax, early aggression. from the build, looking at it right now. And meanwhile, Sunblast, a bit more mixed, a bit more balanced. He's got Pin on his Devastator squads, really nice to root and finish off elites.
Looks like they're
Still
both going for the point down below, the bottom.
Yeah, they're just spraying on the map right now, scouting and getting the natural points. Sunblast has a Assault Terminators as a mid-game, late-game unit, so if the game drags on, that elite is probably going to do a lot of damage. So we're going to see how it plays out for Weiss.
Looks like Weiss has the top resource point.
Yeah, but Sunblast is pretty aggressively scouting that top shield gen, and there's a tag fight 1v1, and now 2v1. So Weiss has to regroup his units. He's dropping a standard, trying to get the upper hand, but his first tech marine squad is pretty hurt, so he's going to lose that fight. The standard is captured by Sunblast, so he loses that shield and loses a tech squad. So in a mirror match, those kinds of losses are pretty important. It's still phase 1 of the game, so escalation phases are every 10 minutes. In the first phase, you're still refunded like about 30% of the cost of your units. So economically, it's not the end of the world, but that's map control that he doesn't have right now. Sunblast is also decapping the bottom point. So all that scouting early on pretty much cancelled. They both only have their natural points built.
Sunblast is showing some signs of map control, early map control.
Yeah, he likes to push those shield nodes very early on.
Nice little battle here.
Yeah, and he's dropping a third tag squad, so he's really denying that area of the map. So Weiss cannot get his natural.
Ooh, swing and a miss, nice.
But Weiss has built a listening post on
squad wipe.
Oh, poor squad. Yep. The listening post has the line of sight, so Weiss tried to bait Sunblast into the fire line of that, but he lost a unit for it.
Great job by Sunblast keeping that unit alive. He's got him running back to recover.
Yeah, he's going to be able to reinforce at a lower cost. So Sunblast is slowly winning some economic advantage right now.
Yeah, doing a great job.
And he's capitalizing on that by building barracks in the middle. If he secures that point, he's got an elite point as well, being able to hold down that larger elite sooner as well. Right now he's poking a little bit at the shield at the bottom because he really doesn't have much more that he can do. He has no other points to destroy, and Weiss is responding by dropping another attack squad, putting them in a shield to get that bubble cover. So Sunblast just falls back.
Falls away.
Weiss is capping at the top with his remaining hurt attack squad. He has 2 attack squads now. Yeah, versus Sunblast's 3. So not much going on right now. His Weiss is hurt, so he really can't be too aggressive. And he's losing his natural. Sunblast is sending servitors everywhere in the map, in all the bushes, so he has a lot of vision. Like right now, map control is on Sunblast's side. He's getting an assault Space Marine squad. So
kill team's ready for Weiss.
Yeah. Wait, he has the kill team, but it's not on the field yet. He can call it down, or he can wait and use points for Jonah or Chaplain later.
You need to see something.
Hey, hold on one sec, guys.
At the bottom of the map, Sunblast is pushing, and now Sunblast has dropped his kill team, getting the Flamer. It's going to be very bad for Weiss, but Weiss is dropping his own kill team as a response. So now both kill teams are on the field, but Sunblast has a hell of a lot more support, and he has Assault Space Marines to tie those in melee. And in this version of Exodus, Flamers are a bit broken, as you can see, and Weiss's kill team just melts to Sunblast's Flamer kill team.
Hey guys, that
It's
was
going
my
to-
daughter jumping in. I apologize. The camera functions. Sorry.
No problem. And yeah, I was saying the Flamer is going to be fixed in the next release of Exodus. That is going to go live soon after we've done this. So right now, Waste is stuck in his base. He can't really contest and defend that point, so he's going to lose that shield generator, which is going to give resources to Sunblast. So it's starting to feel a bit one-sided at this point. The map is entirely Sunblast.
Well, Sunblast is doing a lot of good micromanagement. He's all over the place, man. There's really nothing left for him to cap, really.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for Waste to come back without an elite, even though he's got 4 tax marines, but he needs a way to tie up that kill team Iron Maul with the Flamer, and he needs a way to deal with that Soul Space Marine squad that is going to be able to tie up his own tactical marines. Weiss is pushing out of his base, as he knows has to do something, throwing frag grenades, but he's taking a lot of damage just walking around. It's pretty hard. He's got his 4 tactical squads focusing the ASM, which took a little bit of losses, but not much. He's upgrading his infantry, so he's got infantry damage
Excuse
and
me.
health at level 2. That's going to be a nice bonus. And he's tying up the kill team in melee with his tags, so that really helps. And now he can hold a little bit. But there's still a Space Marine, a Soul Space Marine squad. And it's not going to be an easy fight inside that shield bubble. The kill team has to run away, but the tags can't chase it forever. So it's, do you leave the shield to die? Do you chase the elite? It's a tough choice. So Waste manages to get that kill team kill, but new ASM, fresh ASMs are dropped from the sky. So these 3 tags might be paying a heavy price for that elite kill. They managed to turn around, get into the base. Now Waste has his own kill team back off cooldown, dropping it on the shield. It might be turning in favor of Waste, but still there's 2 ASM squads, and now second early game elite from Sunblast, Jonah appears, so that advantage on Waste was very short-lived.
Short-lived.
Yeah, like he had an advantage for 3 seconds before Jonah appeared. Jonah took a lot of damage though because of that Flamer, so Sunblast has to do what Waste did and tie up that elite kill team, or he's going to lose his own. Yeah.
Well, it looks like Weiss is finally a little breakthrough here.
Yeah, he was able to burn Jonah. I don't think Sunblast expected that much damage from the kill team, so he lost Jonah too soon. He doesn't play Exodus a lot, and to be honest, that Flamer is a bit busted right now. But yeah, just Waste has a little bit of breathing room now. He's got an elite. Sunblast doesn't, so he's trying to get some value out of that, and he's going out on the field to try and see if he can just destroy resources, maybe get his own shield gen. And he's scouting the map with the servitors, trying to see what's going on at the bottom of the map, trying to capture the top with his main army. Sunblast still has the advantage in economy, really. So he's going to be able to rebuild
much faster. Yep.
Yeah, he's earning more than 500 per minute requisition compared to but less than 500 for Wise. It's not that much more, but it's still significant. But the power is very different because Sunblast has those 2 power gens at the bottom, so he's going to be able to take up sooner. And we're about the 10-minute mark, so vehicles might be hitting the field in a few minutes now. So that's something that Weiss needs to prepare, or it's going to be the same. He's going to be pushed into his base again. So a little bit of back and forth. Weiss is still trying to recapture his own natural expansion for power, and he still can't build anything outside on the map. And he's not destroying anything either. The only thing that Sunblast has on the map is that bottom of the map resource point, but Weiss is busy at the top. He's hesitating now. He doesn't have vision of the map though, so he's keeping his tactical and kill team idle at the top, trying to.
I don't think that's a good idea. He's got to do something.
But he's recalling his Iron Maw team, so he's going to be able to drop it again, possibly changing to a missile launcher if he wants to push an objective, and he can now cast Jonah, so he might be ready for an ambush. Like, he has 2 drop pods pretty much, and he's got a Death Storm drop pod ready in his launch bay, so he can do a pretty hard push with 3 drop pods, and he's got a lot of tactical marine side. He's got 6 squads now. 4 of them are finally pushing at the bottom of the map, so it looks like a bait, kind of. Because if Sunblast comes to defend this, we could see a lot of troops from Weiss drop from the sky. Weiss can now call down his chaplain, so he's got 4 points, and that's what he does. So, meanwhile, the kill team of Sunblast is called at the top, and we've got chaplain and kill team from Weiss trying to defend this versus Jonah, who drops. So we've got 2 elites versus 2 elites. And we see that wall drop pod combo that it missed. That's sad, because the drop pod is completely negated by the wall from Jonah. Could have been nice. It's less nice, but it was a successful defense, and Sunblast has to fall back. And Sunblast has lost that bottom point, and meanwhile, Weiss is pushing with his tactical marines into the bottom shield. He's getting shot at by the towers, so he's not paying attention to that.
He's just in that range. He's just in that range. One of his units.
Yeah, just in range.
Just in that range.
Focusing on that elite fight in the middle, and so it's hard to.
He spotted it. He spotted it
at the same time. Diomedes is in a bad spot. He got caught by Assault Space Marines, and he's being shot at by 2 elites. He manages to trigger his passive that gives him shield and health, so he might be able to run away, but he's very low health. He has to run. Instead, he ties up that kill team in melee. Weiss's kill team is able to use its flamers, so Sunblast is in trouble, even though Weiss has very low health elites, so he could turn at any point. It's pretty hard. Chaplain is baited into the range of the turret, so he has to come to go away, but he can't heal if he doesn't hit something in melee, so it's a very tough balance. He has to hit something, but not get hit.
Gotcha.
It's pretty difficult. Weiss's kill team is down to 1 model, so still flaming stuff, doing a lot of damage, but also about to die. Chaplain Diomedes is trying to heal by hitting those generators, trying to trigger his perceived zeal.
Too bad Weiss has some units that are just like sitting there, idle, doing fucking jack shit on the bottom.
Yeah, he's probably very concerned about his very low health elites, microing that, and he's expecting those attack marines at the bottom to shoot at the bottom shield generator. Chaplain Diomedes is able to heal a lot of health, though, if you let him trigger his passive and his zeal. So he's back to 2/3 of his health from just like 5%, and he healed a model of his friend's kill team as well. So pretty good.
Yeah.
But what I was saying about those early vehicles, a Dreadnought was dropped by Sunblast behind everything, and he got that top shield generator while everyone was busy. Although it's not like Weiss could do it.
Grenade.
He didn't have anti-vehicle outside of his kill team if he recalls it and gets a missile launcher. So he uses stasis on the top tower to slow down that dreadnought, but he recalls kill team, so he's going to call it back down with a missile launcher to be able to deal with that vehicle. But he didn't have any other anti-vehicle outside of a very low-level elite, so it's pretty hard there. Still, the tower is doing some work. The kill team is called back down. It's going to get a missile, but it won't be necessary because the dreadnought actually died to the tower to the turret. So, and the damage of Diomedes as well, because he does a nice amount of damage in normal, but still, if you let him hit you for long enough, it's going to add up.
Iceberg's on the move.
But that was still a pretty hard blow because Weiss has lost his 2 shield generators. Top tower is half dead. They do not heal. You cannot repair the damage. So that's still value that was acquired by Sunblast. Weiss's tactical marines are all very low health and they're fighting the middle. So that's going to be hard. And he loses 2 squads, 3, and he has 4 left. All very, very low health.
Another squad wipe, man.
Yeah. He's going to lose pretty much all his tactical marines. He's trying to get value with another Death Storm drop pod, drop behind the enemy lines. But he has to retreat that Diomedes. It's, again, very low health and nothing to hit. And Jonah is going to be chased down and get the kill, probably. He has to move his units now. That kill team cannot do anything with that missile launcher. And he loses Diomedes, and he's going to lose that kill team. Sunblast has his own Death Storm kill team, Iron Mode kill team that has been dropped. So
Sunblast came up on top.
But not by much, because he has lost a Dreadnought, he has lost Devastators, most of his infantry, but he still has 2 units on the field, and Weiss does not.
Yeah, and let's see I think Weisberg is in a better financial situation.
Well, given that Weiss was very much behind, it's still pretty good for him.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a draw now, or at least Sunblast doesn't have as much of an advantage as he had a couple minutes before. But he has to come back from that really quick and keep rebuilding his army and getting some serious AV, because that Dreadnought was just the first one of a series of vehicles.
Sunblast has orbital. He's got the orbital bombardment.
But it costs elite points, so if he uses that, it's going to delay his big elite, his assault terminators. So he's probably going to wait for that, because he got 6 points, just 1 point away. So he's a bit more than a minute away from getting assault terminators, and that's going to be huge if Weiss does not have proper AV by then.
So what exactly is wrong with the Flamers again?
It does too much damage. Julahan has been messing with the weapon, the Flamers, to be able to equip Flamers to tactical marines when they get their upgrades. So they get a Flamer, but he based the Flamer off of the model from the Elite, and pretty much it messed something with the Elite itself, and now it does a bit too much damage. But it's going to be toned down in the next patch.
Gotcha.
You can see the Devastators doing their job as well, suppressing everything, slowing down other units. So Sunblast is able to push, and Weiss is still trapped in his base. He's trying to heal his chaplain at base, but he's still building tactical marines. Although he has 2 less Devastators, a 3rd one being built, so these guys are dedicated AV, so he knows that he has to be very mindful of that. He already saw first Dreadnought, so he's preparing for it. Meanwhile, Sunblast is building a very forward Doctrine Chapel and camping the outskirts of Weiss's base. He's got a Predator Destructor now, so he's going to try and push the tower with that. He's tier 3. he's probably going to be able to finish that tower that he already
Weiss
attacked
has
before.
a tactical marine just standing around. I don't know why. Hasn't recouped his losses or anything. It's just
Maybe he knows he can't really afford the reinforcements, but he doesn't want to suicide the squad yet. Or it's outside of
well,
a
he
control
has.
group.
He can afford it. It's strange.
A lot is happening at the top, and you can see
Ooh,
the storm being dropped, elites being dropped, but you can see those assault terminators are now on the field supporting that predator tank. So it's going to be very, very bad for Weiss because he doesn't really have anything to deal with that. Diomedes is holding with his passive, but it won't last, and the stuns from the assault terminators
ooh,
force him away,
yeah.
and
He
Diomedes is
almost
dead.
died.
The team is going
Yeah.
to die.
Oh, wow.
Weiss has his own Jonah, but too far
Bird's
from
down.
the action. That top tower is now dead. Predator is still doing work. It's low health, but it's still attacking those tacticals, doing a lot of damage, and the Terminator is just wrecking everything. Just
Yep.
teleporting. It has free reign. Like nothing is doing damage to it outside of a single last squad that is now focusing Jonah for some reason. It's pretty tough. Sunblast is retreating because he's starting. The damage is starting to add up, and Jonah does true damage, so that will whittle down a Terminator. But that's a lot of losses for Weiss. Terminators might be dying though, unless they can't teleport.
Ooh,
Uh,
shield. Nice.
Yeah, Weiss's Jonah is able to place a nice wall and trap Sunblast's assault marines. I don't know if he's going to be able to kill those though. Meanwhile, the Predator is still shooting
Still
at
shooting
everything.
off. Yep.
It's pretty hard to watch really
Ooh,
because nothing can deal with that Predator.
this is ugly.
Weiss has lost all of his anti armor. He's now chasing down Jonah, but that's a small victory when you've got a Predator shooting at your base,
Yep.
like rolling like literally inside your base. Uh, the Predator is turning around and it's going to sort out those remaining elites from Weiss. And I don't think that Weiss can do anything about it now.
There's that tank still firing.
Yeah, and he's doing so, and he's pretty safe now. So
Oh, there's the second
turns
one.
around. There's a second one, so now he knows he's safe, and Sunrise is going to be able to chase down those elites straight into the base and start shooting at the core, while being able to provide reinforcements with that forward doctrine shuttle.
Really? Nice.
So Weiss has three last devs inside the base, so that's something the Predators have to worry about, but they can be stunned, CC'd. There's an orbital being dropped. So that's something, but it's immediately captured by Sunblast, so it doesn't do much. One Predator is dead, the other is focused by the last devs. It might die, it dies to kill team that is being dropped with new health. So those Predators actually died. Weiss has ramped up his anti-armor production.
He moved up a little bit too fast. He didn't have to die.
Yeah, and now Weiss has 5 last devs. So
Holy cow!
now he gets that he needs AV, and he got that covered.
What a
He's
back
pretty
and
much
forth battle, right? Holy cow!
Pretty much entirely anti-armor now.
Holy
But
cow.
he's still on the back foot. He cannot retake the map with just last devs. He's still stuck in his base now, with a core open. Sunblast still has power generators everywhere around the map. He's building a listening post to protect his natural expansion. So he's going to be rebuilding a force pretty soon as well, and he's got the resource for it. Weiss is scouting the bottom of the map, trying to see if he can get A little bit of push there. He got the point at the bottom. He got some generators there, trying to get some power because he's starved in power. Sunblast has built a listening post on his natural expansion at the top, but he can't build there. So Waze is now pushing the bottom shield generator, trying to get some value out of that earlier victory, but a new Predator has been dropped, and stuff is being dropped on his army as well. And it's a new kill team. It's probably going to be Flamer again for that kill team. Chaplain is tying it up in melee though, so that kill team can't do anything, and it's receiving a lot of damage, so it might die in fact. Voice is using his own Jonah to build a wall at the top to deny reinforcements from the Tech Marines, and Chaplain Diomedes was able to kill
a lot of healing.
And he's now trying to get some health leech out of that Predator tank, which is funny to watch, but he's now being stunned by the tower stasis. So he has to run away now as soon as the timer goes off. Yeah, he has to retreat. He's being shot at by the tower. Weiss decides to commit to it. He's got the AV for it, but he needs to focus down that tower, or the tower is going to kill his chaplain. So if you commit, you really need to commit. But Sunblast is dropping stuff from the sky, so another Predator versus Weiss's own Deathstorm drop, but I don't know if the Deathstorm is going to do much versus Predator tanks at this point. More of getting a stun probably. Sunblast uses his wall to deny the laser.
Yeah, he's committed for that tower, boy.
He got it. Nice work, but as soon as the wall goes, because the Predators weren't able to shoot at the last devs just kill the tower, and they're focusing the Predator hard, and they've got their lasers charged now, so they do a lot of damage. But they're still disrupted by that Jonah in the back line, and they're all very low health, and they're dying one by one now. So they could have killed the Predator. They got value by killing the tower, but they have to retreat now. That push by Weiss is over, and he needs to go. But he won't be able to go without taking some losses, because Sunblast is getting confident now. He's got tanks and there's no AV, so we're back to that previous situation.
He should repair that one tank.
Well, he's got a servitor going along, but you can't really repair during travel, so he has to wait somewhere to repair. And right now he's just trying to get some hits with the ASM slowing down the kill team and trying just to get some value. Every shot is pretty much a model. Almost. That kill team is about to die, and now we're going to see Sunblast trying to push. It's a push, counter push, counter push. There's a Predator Annihilator from Sunblast, so it's the anti-vehicle version of the Predator. So he's got a balanced force of Predators. It's going to be hard for Weiss. Weiss is still rebuilding last devs. He's got 4 of them, but that's all he has, with a single Tech Marine squad. So he's just trying to defend against the Predators, but he can't kill them as fast as Sunblast is building them. So
that's what it's all about. That's the name of the game. Yeah.
That's economy for you. Doesn't matter if you lose stuff as long as you can rebuild faster. And the assault terminators are back on the field as well, hiding in the bush. So that might be a bad surprise for Weiss, because they can teleport into those. They can teleport into those last devs and completely destroy them with a stun and AoE damage. They do splash in Exodus. They do 30% roughly splash damage. That was pretty bad. We went from 4 last devs to 2/3 of 1.
Oh boy.
The Predator Devastator that was pretty low early on finally died, but there's still one with a lot of health. Another Deathstorm drop pod being dropped. again, I don't think they do much versus the composition of Sunblast. Sunblast's kill team is dropped as well, and now he's just shooting at the last devs, trying to kill them as they reinforce. And yeah, last devs are dead. Predator
GG.
very low health. It's probably GG at this point, yes. And Oasis just concedes. He really tried, but he was on the back foot from the fight.
Well, he did well. Guys, I'm going to get the next game ready, and I will be right back. Yes, honey, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back, guys. And we are back for game two. I'm joined with Artist. In 3 seconds, we'll start it up. Three, two, one, unpause. And we're off. Game two of the finals.
Right. So Sunblast is left side on the map right now. He's got his same build. You don't change a winning team. Waste has changed his build. He's got a Dreadnought Doctrine now, and he's got a Venerable Dreadnought as a later game elite. Because we saw that it did pay off pretty well for Sunblast to have that Assault Terminator squad. Previous game, Sunblast was able to completely deny map control for Waste, and Waste was not able to regain a significant foothold until it was too late, and he had to face a stronger elite and predators, so a Space Marine Tier 3. So we'll see if Waste is going to try and prevent that from happening this time. And he's building on the field now, so bottom of the map, he's building barracks, so he's got a forward base much sooner. But Sunblast has been doing the exact same at the top of the map, so it's pretty symmetrical. They completely dodge each other. Sunblast is already pushing that top shield, trying to see if something's going on there. And Waste is going his way up through the middle of the map.
This is a beautiful map.
Yeah, it's a nice map.
Well done.
You've got destructible consoles on the sides that give you an access to the core directly later in the game if you have time to destroy that. So a lot of bridges and choke points and side blockers. So it's very nice for jumping units, for skimmers like Eldar. But right now it's still a Space Marine mirror match. They can't do any of that. And we're just seeing tactical Marines throwing frag grenades at each
Great
other.
usage, yeah.
Yeah, trying to break the distance.
Weiss did good. Did good with the grenades. He was
Yeah,
able
but
to get
he
away.
still had to retreat. So there's a little bit of damage that has been done to his shield generator. Not much, but still he's being bullied again. He should have been the one chasing Sunblast away from that part of the map, because that's on his side technically. But because he can't do that, he's going to check on Sunblast's bottom of the map. Maybe he doesn't dare push, but Sunblast is getting in there at the top. Waze is sending servitors inside the shield, but they're getting killed by the tactical marines because they were there sooner.
Ouch.
He's now dropping something more significant, an assault marine squad. So he saw that just going full tech marine squads was not as efficient against Sunblast, so he needs something to tie up kill team and tech marines. So that assault marine squad is going to be able to defend that point pretty well.
Well, they're jumping all over the place.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
But they still have to either go in melee or retreat. They're just getting shot at right now. And Sunblast has been able to reinforce those models. Yeah, that's better. Get in melee. Frag grenade used to...
nice job.
Yeah, that's what they're for. It's to break off melee and just move away. And it's enough to chase them away, because Sunblast can still spend requisition to reinforce.
That was nice.
It's a toll, but as long as you got requisition, you're going to win that fight. But now they're in their shield generator, and they're going to be able to defend it from further pushes. Although Sunblast has his own assault marine squad, so it's a very mirror rematch with same army compositions pretty much. Sunblast drops his Weiss drops his kill team on the attacks of Sunblast, who were trying to push that resource node at the top corner of the map. And
fire is so... Yeah, I just have to say that. Yeah, that is so OP, man.
It's huge. It's not supposed to do that.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's
fucking
nice
overpowered. I like it.
But if you send Salt Marines on the kill team is going to die.
Yeah.
So tie them up, and it's going to work. And we see Sunblast getting his own kill team. So everyone's sending ASMs to tie up the kill team in melee. So it's going to be a game of who manages to get a flamer in first. And right now it's still Waze. And Sunblast is just running away, having to flee from those submarine squads. And even in the shield, those shield bubbles, they shot blocks. They block shots. But you can still enter in melee. They're like buildings in the Company of Heroes that you can garrison. Sunblast is getting more submarine squads, right? But he has to cover, and he can jump now. So he should be able to jump on that kill team, but he has to do something now.
Yeah.
He can't just stay in the shield.
Yeah,
right
Weiss
now.
is pushing a fight right now.
Yeah, Sunblast is trying to build another assault squad on that building, but if the building dies, he would lose that progress. So he had to jump on Weiss, tying up that kill team. Weiss is using his own kill team to tie up Sunblast's kill team. Every unit is forced into melee now because kill team is the focus of the fight. And now, yeah, Sunblast has lost his kill team. And there's too many units for Sunblast's assault marine squads to be able to do a proper job. The fresh one was able to be built from that very hurt building, and it's going to kill Weiss's kill team.
Nice battle.
It's a very chaotic battle. Weiss is able to get his kill team to sneak up the top of the map, so it's not dead. That's huge, because he's going to be able to heal up. But right now, Sunblast, because he's fighting near a reinforcement point and Weiss wasn't, is still able to get a stronger army, and now he's able to clear
Squad wipe.
what's left. Weiss's attack marines. That's why fighting near reinforcement points, they can really change the battle. So you can see forward bases being very useful. And Weiss was just about to kill that building. He probably should have finished it, because right now the fight is at the bottom of the map. Although it's around Weiss's reinforcement point, so we're going to see if he has the economy to support reinforcements like Sunblast did. He got a brand new submarine squad. He's got his kill team recalled because it survived, and now it drops back at full health, being able to defend that bottom point. So he was able to push pretty hard at the top, and he's able to defend pretty hard at the bottom. So he's definitely more active than previous game. He's getting scouts even. Scouts, they can be invisible. They don't have a lot of DPS. Per requisition, it's just slightly under attack marines, so you can get about 2 for the price of 1 attack marine, and they do a little bit less damage for the price. But they've got scout grenades, like blind grenades that stun for a significant amount of time, which is pretty nice to add some CC and stun those kill team. And they have a large sight radius as well. But right now they're pretty too much forward.
Nice.
You can see the
nice stun
on that squad. Plus a jump on the SM, so he's going for a very crowd control heavy composition with a lot of submarines, scouts, and the kill team as the main DPS pretty much. You can see Sunblast kill team is still able to do some work. You can see those void grenades, they slow stuff in an area and they do a % damage. They come from the kill team. It's their second, their main ability, vortex grenade.
Iceberg has to pull back and lick his wounds.
Yeah, but he's the one he's the one forcing Sunblast to react. So previous game it was Sunblast who was kind of dictating where the game was going to be, and Weiss has been pushing pretty hard this game. So it's still very split right now. You've got a base at the top for Sunblast, a base at the bottom for Weiss. although the points on those bases are different. Sunblast has more requisition, but Waste has the power at the bottom of the map. And power is tech, and tech is vehicles, as we saw last game. So it might be better if they just hold like this. The advantage is probably going to go to Waste over time. But we're going to see if Sunblast is able to come back and start dictating the game again. Waste is scouting at the top of the map, trying to see if he can bash some power to push that power advantage even further. But Jonah is dropped to defend that. So that's going to be pretty dangerous for those Assault Marines. They have to jump away. They were silenced by Jonah, so they were not able to do that, and now they have to walk the long way around inside the tower.
Ouch.
And they're getting beat up on the way out. I'm probably going to die because I don't think they have a jump.
Yep.
They don't have a jump left. That's sad. They did get a power generator though, so that's nice. Small victory.
Tactical squad en route.
But that's still huge, losing a full submarine squad like that. Because he doesn't have much. He only has half a scout squad, tactical squad, and he's getting a second tactical squad. Meanwhile, Sunblast is pushing at the top with 2 elites. That's going to be
let's see how that works. Yep.
Yeah, Jonas has true damage, so he's going to do some decent damage to that objective. And the Flamer, busted as it is in dispatch, is still going to do some damage. So Waste is dropping stuff right on top of those guys, but that's very dangerous. That's a Jonah. A wall is being used by the other Jonah to prevent him from escaping.
The infamous fire.
Yeah, it's pretty much a mirror match.
Yeah.
Mirror fight, so Jonah kill team versus Jonah kill team, but there are more ads on Waste's side.
Much more tactical. These mirror matches are.
Run. His kill team is very low, getting hit by Jonah, but it's now safe inside that shield. But ASMs are able to jump inside the shield, so he still has to
nice.
jump further away. There's an assault leap used by Weiss, killing that kill team, so the advantage is now on Sunblast, who has lost his elite. Submarines drop directly on Weiss's blob, so it's still pretty hard for Weiss, but 2 elites versus 1 here is still going to be hard for Sunblast to defend. Jonah uses his Fury of the Ancients, the big storm lightning stuff that we just saw. That's a nice area of effect damage, and it buffs the speed of his friends, so the assault marines are able to catch up faster.
Sunblast is on the run.
Yeah, Sunblast's Jonah has to run. The building is gone.
Got him.
Reinforcement.
Nice. Squad wipe.
Cannot happen anymore. And there's nothing to reinforce anyway. So Weiss is going to be able to kill that listening post. Finally.
Weiss is on the move.
Yeah, he's ahead for now.
Yep. He's on the move.
Pretty big victory right now. He still has the bottom of the map. Not upgraded, but still. And he's got his 2 elites, some units, and he's building 2 Death Storm drop pods, planning a big push at some point. That's a lot of power, though, building those drop pods. So he could have teched instead. And he has the power to tech. He's floating some power, 300 power. He's tier 2, but he could get tier 3, or he could build a factory for vehicles. Instead, he's getting those Death Storm drop pods, and he's trying to scout the top of the map, seeing what's going on. Sunblast is still pretty low on army. He's got a Devastator main squad and a Jonah
in a very bad position.
Very bravely trying to defend that point, but first.
Oh man, he got hurt bad.
Yeah. Well, he took
so fucking fast.
He took an ability and some flames to the face, plus 2 tech marines focusing him. That's a
Man,
lot.
I feel like the flames are like it's like a cheat. So
Well,
fucking overpowered. Jesus Christ.
There's a lot. You can take them. It has been like that for a while, but nobody really
Oh
complained.
yeah. I'm
because,
just complaining. I'm whining. I like to do that every now and then.
if you're used to kill team, they still do a lot of damage. It's not as broken in retail, but they do a lot of damage with flamers. So usually you either
Ooh,
don't fight
nasty.
them in range, or you just send something to tie it up. It's just that now if you get caught in the open, it's
Ouch.
just hell of a lot more punishing than it was.
Ready to deploy.
So Weiss has recalled his own team to be able to heal it, but Sunblast is back to full health, and now he has stuff to tie up those elites. The kill team is not there anymore, so only half dead Jonah from Weiss is there. Kill team
Ooh,
is
nasty.
being dropped again at full health, but the Soul Space Marines are there now, so they can completely deny that flamer, and that makes a huge difference. But they must not chase the tech marines; they must focus the kill team. Yeah, and you see Sunblast doing the same with his own kill team that is not being tied up. You can see that Vortex Grenade plus the flames. That's pretty bad, and Weiss has lost his 2 elites now.
That's that.
Ouch.
Yeah, and the momentum just switched right there. Boom. Like a switch.
Yeah, so there are pretty big comebacks even without
Yep.
busted flamers. That would have gone about the same, really, just slightly slower. But yeah, that's a big comeback, and now
Weiss had him on the
Weiss-
ropes, man. I don't
yeah,
want the
Weiss
fucking
has
ropes,
nothing.
man.
He got caught up top of the map, lots of choke points, and he didn't have the supply line to get reinforcement from there. So he was kind of stuck in that corner of the map, and he stayed too long, really, trying to get.
Yeah, you
generators.
know what? Sometimes this game can reward can reward people for losing all of their units and coming back with another blob, and sometimes it can hurt
he-
you if you don't preserve your units when you're supposed to. It's finding that balance in between. He didn't need to stay there. He didn't need to lose those units. He could have
Well-
pulled back, reinforced, and came back.
He's still doing something. Like he's pushing the bottom of the map with las devs and SMs. So, but there's a fight
it's-
with Deathstorm drop pods being dropped and counter Deathstorm drop
Yeah.
pods being dropped. At the time of the map, Sunblast was able to capitalize on his win by getting a shield gen, but he's going to lose one at the bottom pretty much. So even though Weiss lost a lot at the top that he probably shouldn't have, it's still pretty split. It's going back to the previous states with Sunblast getting the top. Weiss still has the uncontested bottom and about to get that shield generator in a couple seconds. So it's not that bad, although, as I said before, like Weiss had enough to either go tier 3 or build a factory to get vehicles, and he hasn't transitioned into anything significant. But Sunblast just got a land speeder out, so Sunblast is using his power to transition.
Oh, those land
into
speeders are so
armor.
awesome. I love them.
They look very good, and
Yeah, they
a-
do, don't
do a
they?
lot of,
They're awesome.
harassing damage.
Oh
But,
yeah.
they have to
Oh,
be
they're
careful.
hurt. He's gonna lose it.
Yeah.
Boom!
You can see the SMs from Weiss have their blue sword now, so these are power swords that do true damage, and the land speeder just flew right on top of them instead of harassing from the side, and that's a big mistake, and that's a lot of
Yeah, I mean, it melted away. Melted away like butter.
Yeah, so that was a micro mistake from Sunblast. That land speeder should have just stayed at the above the wall
At
on the
range.
high ground.
Back at
He
range.
was able to shoot from there without being shot at back. Instead, he just gave a free kill to those power sword ASMs. That's sad to see. Weiss has a pretty strong composition right now with power sword ASMs that are good against everything now with true damage and some las devs versus vehicles. So he can really do a lot of damage against structures and towers and buildings, and he can tie up units
reached a weak enemy
That's pretty dangerous.
to the southeast.
But still, I would love to see land speeders, maybe a dread, or just transition to predators,
Escalated to the next phase of war.
because he's still floating more than 300 power, 350 almost. So he needs to use that power
Infantry
for something.
to a listening post.
He got all of his infantry upgrades already, but still, Sunblast is recalling his kill team, so he can drop it again later. He can't really go out of the map though, because he just lost his land speeder. He has to be careful, and Weiss can't really push because he doesn't have vision. So
That's
right
a
now,
squad wipe. Boom. The center.
yeah, he's clearing the middle. He killed a servitor in the bush, and he's killing Sunblast's scout, denying
already
vision on
dead.
the map.
Yep.
So without vision, Sunblast can't really go out with his small force because he risks losing everything.
Heavy bolter devastators readying for drop.
But Weiss can't really push either because to push, like he got a shield generator at the bottom, but to push that tower, he has to go through that choke point, and that choke point is now occupied by a building and elites, so it's not a free access there. So you can see Space Marines going up top, trying to open that way.
Hey, Sunblast just said, not a micro mistake when you suddenly get Power Sword. Haha.
Preparing
Well,
That's
they
funny.
shouldn't be on top of ASM either way, really. Even without power swords, why get hit for free when you can just zoom around and troll those ASMs for free, right?
Hey, big shout out to Weisberg. Thank you so much for that subscription.
deployed.
You mean a lot to me. That means a lot to me when someone subscribes to my channel. Thank you so much, man. Ooh,
You can see Weiss's sneaky power sword ASMs jumping, trying to get some power harass. And a very lonely kill team is dropped on those two
Yep.
guys, and that's probably not a good idea because with a full infantry upgrades, they're probably going to be able to kill that kill team before the listening post does anything.
oh, this is turned
Devastator
into... Yeah.
squads are dropped into ports, slowing down the ASMs.
Ooh.
Might not be able to retreat.
You're
But
not
that
gonna
was,
make
That
it.
was a call for that kill team. It could have gone very bad.
Wow.
Sunblast was able
Slaughter.
to back up though, and those two guys are going to get shredded by the big blob
Fucking
of
slaughter.
Sunblast.
Sunblast is on the move.
There was an attempt,
Yeah.
and now Sunblast has the top of the map again, but the bottom point is still open. So Weiss could have pushed there. Instead, he's sending the rest of his units back up. But he's got... Now we've got the opposite of the previous game, where he was surprised by vehicles without having any anti-infantry, and now he's got anti-vehicle, sorry. And now he's got anti-vehicle, but he's facing mostly infantry in the middle.
Shield.
Those two last devs are not able to do much, especially if a wall and assault marine squads are dropped on them. So now, right now, it's the wall fest, with everyone being in their own small corner of the map, and you can see
Assault Terminators are on the field.
The Terminators hit the field very hard. They use their hammer slam as soon as they're called down, and that's devastating. Weiss really has to run away, but there's nowhere to run really. He's going to be chased. Using a vortex grenade to try and slow down those guys, but they can jump, so it doesn't really matter. And he doesn't
Ooh.
have an army to retreat to. So he has to make it all the way back to his tower, and it might not be enough. But he's able to call down a venerable dreadnought now. So is it going to be a huge comeback? Like, elites are very strong, but just dropped like that alone versus an entire
It's not
army.
worth it. It's a waste. It's a waste.
Well, sometimes they couldn't do work, sometimes they just die right away, and versus the slam of those assault terminators, it was very risky to drop that dreadnought so far ahead.
Trying to get away. He might be able to do
So
it.
he's moving in reverse,
I like it.
still doing some good shots, and he's safe.
Nice.
That dreadnought was very
That was a risky move, man. Very risky.
fast in reverse. It's
Very risky.
It paid off. Oh, a big blob.
Ooh.
catches an entire squad and just completely delete it. So that big blue blob, uh, you want to dodge it. Because if you don't, yeah,
Squad wipe.
you
Nice.
can wipe several squads at once. One was able to make it out, not the other. But despite that, Waste is still uh, not being able to defend that bottom point. So Sunblast can just get that value and not push into that Venerable Dreadnought. It's still back and forth, really.
That bottom, yeah.
It's the first time, it's 25 minutes and Waze finally loses the bottom of the map. Sunblast is recalling his kill team in the bush, trying to heal it. The Assault Terminators are going to do short work of those Space Marines and clear out that base bottom of the map barracks. So it's still pretty balanced though, because it's one large elite on each side. Sunblast doesn't have much, although Weiss has been rebuilding Tech Marines, and Tech Marines versus ASMs not working out, as we can see at the top of the map. So the tanks have to retreat. And Weiss finally has got his machine cult, so he can build vehicles as well. So we're going to see if he transitions into anything bigger. And he's getting 2 drop pods with dreadnoughts inside. Plus, he already has one with a death storm. So he could look for a drop onto that tower directly. He has to.
Looks like Sunblast is looking to close this show up here. It's all over the map now.
Yeah, Waze has to be careful. He's losing resources at the bottom, the top of the map. Sorry. He's using his Vendread, which is doing nothing inside the base right now, at full health.
Yeah, I agree.
Why? move that up top and send that big ball of death, please.
He has no choice. He has to. He has to do it. It's going to be lights out.
I don't know what Waste was doing at that point. Probably forgetting that he has units idling inside his base. He was trying to build a building pretty close there. He got Jonah, but too late. He lost his points, so he has to rebuild from scratch. Yeah, that Venerable Dreadnought isn't doing nothing. It should be getting value somewhere. So it's finally moving now. Yeah, just barely. At the top of the map, Sunblast is clearing out some scrap. Maybe he's playing versus orcs. Who knows? It's a nice it's a nice nice thing to do. Like every time you see some scrap on the map and you have time, just clear it. Because if you get into the habit of doing it, you will do it versus orc, and that can mean that you're not facing cheap
upgraded.
Upgraded units. So just clear scrap every time you have some downtime like that. Even versus Space Marines or Eldar, it gets you into the habit, into the flow of clearing the map. Right now, Sunblast is solidifying his position at the top of the map. Weiss is just scouting with the servitor, and he's not moving much. He doesn't know what's safe or not. He's still seeing servitors in the middle. There are 2 servitors in the same bush, just throwing insults at each other, probably, because that's all they can do.
In French?
Maybe. Waze just got cluster mines for his scouts, and he got scouts, so he's got a squad. Those mines, they do a lot of damage. They do 400 armor piercing.
I love the Predators.
Yeah, but if the Predators roll on those mines, they're going to have a bad time.
Yep.
So you can see those scouts placing mines in the choke point. So this is a very nice map for mines, because everything is so forced into very small areas like that.
Yep.
So that's pretty sweet. And Waste is getting a second scout squad, so he's going to be able to place even more mines. And Sunblast is pushing, but he doesn't have a servitor right next to his force, so he won't see that mine until he steps on it. And if the Assault Terminators step on it, they're going to take 3 times the damage. So that's going to be pretty huge. These mines, they kill 3 knob models because of because the damage is applied to each model. So that's a huge loss versus orcs. You don't want to get hit. Vendred is pushing forward, trying to tell to those tech marines that this is his base and they should go back, and they're doing so, but very slowly. So Sunblast is just losing models, but he's pushing up top with Power Sword ASMs, and they're jumping that tower. They took a big hit from the tower, but they do a lot of damage to buildings. So while he's pushing at the bottom with the vehicle against the Vendred, he's trying to get some value against that tower up top. So very nice split push.
He might get the tower.
Probably won't be enough though, because those 2 SMs are getting shot at by a Death Storm drop pod that was used defensively, and that was enough to shut down that assault. Damage was done, but not enough. And meanwhile, at the bottom, the Vendred is doing a lot, and except now it's dead, but it did a lot of damage, and 2 other dreads were dropped, throwing the Assault Terminators in the back where they just died. So each side lost their major elites. Sunblast is dropping his own dread. Waste has lost one, and now we see a slam battle between the 2 dreadnoughts. They are stunning each other. The Sunblast has got some last devs and Predator Annihilator, which does armor piercing damage. So it's going to be pretty hard for Waste to defend that. The wall was enough to get the Dreadnoughts into an arena, making sure that Sunblast Dreadnought dies, but now Waste has to pull back his own Dreadnought because he definitely cannot beat those last devs and that Predator Annihilator. But he's still able to use his small elites inside that shield, although the shield is destroyed. Jonah does some true damage with some bouncing shots, so he's going to be able to do some decent damage to those Devastators if they're not careful. Sunblast still has more damage right now, but they're all very low. He has to be careful because you never know what can drop on your head, or a kill team with a nice vortex grenade and some missiles can finish that Predator, for instance. Only 800 HP left. Only 100 HP left. 0 HP left. Yeah. He was too confident there. He really wants to get some damage done on that shield, but he lost a lot of units. Just
Not worth it.
At the top of the map, he still pushes though. Sunblast is still dedicated to those split pushes that are getting some value. He's got a nice base. He's got a Doctrine Chapel at the bottom, so he can reinforce those Devastators there. Weiss is pushing into it, trying to see what he can do, but that's a lot of suppressing fire for those Tech Marines. They're outgunned there. Something is dropped on those devs. That's the recalled kill team. Vortex Grenade, Flamer, and that's very bad though. Those Devastators are dead. At the top of the map, Sunblast is still getting some value, killing the generators again. While at the bottom, a Predator Destructor is called, and that's probably over for those units of waste at the bottom of the map because they're all very low, tied up in melee, and they can't deal with that Predator anymore. Yep. So Waste has been able to push back that Jonah at the top, but he lost everything that he sent at the bottom of the map. He repaired his Dreadnought, but that's pretty much his army now. It's like 1, 4, 8, 10 Servitors, 1 Dreadnought, and 2 tanks, 1 last devs.
He might just
his
win.
Army, Yeah, Wace's army is mostly servitors at this point. So it's not going to go well. ASMs are denying the defense from those last devs, so the Predator Destructor is going to be able to finish that node pretty soon. Weiss's Dreadnought is used in the middle of the map to protect that bridge, but it means that he can't defend the bottom shield gen either. There's a mirror match between the ASMs on the shield, but with the support of a tank, he has to switch his attention to it.
Ooh,
There's a second tank. So,
nice.
that sucks. Weiss tried to attack that Predator, but instead he attacked the scrap under it, and he killed the scrap, but did nothing to the tank.
Awesome.
That's sad.
That is. I
but
saw that. I
probably
caught that. I saw that.
Yeah, you can't attack the scrap if you right click, so I think he used a move, like A attack and that's what misclicked on the scrap. If he had right clicked on the tank, I don't think you could target like that. But that was huge. That's the difference between a dead tank and a tank that is right now pushing into your tower. There's a screen of servitors that allow the dreadnoughts to close in the distance to the Predator Annihilator. That is pretty scary, and the Predator needs to do something, and it's stunned right now. Load. Oh, the orbital catches the dreadnought, and the Predator is saved, which is sad. Sunblast is dropping another Devastator, Annihilator, inside the base on the high ground. Waze tries to counter with an orbital, but the tank just rolls to the orbital control and is going to be able to capture it before taking too much damage. Tower is gone. Elites are very low health but still pushing. Waze is in a very bad spot now. Jonah dies. Venerable Dreadnought is going to get off cooldown in about 5 seconds. Will it be soon enough? Dreadnoughts are dropped in the back line. Slam is used to stun those tanks. 2 Dreadnoughts in the back kill the 1 tank. Another is very low.
Getting very intense down below.
Vendred is dropped. So, oof.
Ooh, nice shot.
Very, very nice big blue ball of death, killing 2 elites.
Nasty.
In one call. And now we have 3 angry dreads. One is very venerable and completely wrecking everything. That's a nice comeback from
That's
Waze.
cool.
Although his base is very, very open right now, so he needs to just march those guys up and get some value.
I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah, Sunblast is going to be able to get some stuff back though. He's getting a land speeder, which can get some soft AV. He's getting Predator. Oof. And those dreadnoughts are slowly marching across the map. The
Very
bridge
slowly.
on Sunblast side is not open yet, so they're still losing time there. Precious time. Sunblast is sending a lot of power bladed assault marines down the bottom of the map, so it's going to be a core race at this point. Except Waze does not have the core open on his side. He did not kill the tower, so he has to kill the tower and then the core before those angry Soul Space Marines get to
4 of them.
Core. So oof. There's a blob of Soul Space Marines killing that kill team. That poor speeder is getting focused by.
They're on the core.
Lasers. The Soul Space Marines are on the core. On the other side, the dreadnoughts are focusing down the tower. The tower is gone. Sunblast's core is open, but Sunblast has a lot of tanks right there.
Devastator saved them, man.
Vendred on Sunblast's side. Waste
good Devastator.
Or cooldown to gain some time. He will get 20 seconds from that, but there are still 4 Soul Space Marines right next to the core, ready to kill it, and he's still not hitting Sunblast's core.
The HQ is on their attack as well.
It's a core race but it's going to be won by Sunblast.
Yep.
Oh, that's sad.
Great game.
The focus burns are getting slowed, but still hitting the core. Waste is getting some shots into the Sunblast core, but it's going to be GG.
GG.
Very, very close ending.
That was close, man. That was a fucking close one by Weiss.
Yeah.
I think. Wow, that was good. I enjoyed that. The mirror matches are so much more tactical, and it's like a game of inches, you know.
Yep.
But we will be back, guys, with Game 3 of the semifinals. We'll be right back. I'm sorry, semifinals. The finals. Jesus Christ. Woke up really early today. I'll be right back, guys. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back with Game 3 of the finals. Weiss for Sunblast. It's been a hell of a series, and let's get started. I am joined with my partner, Artist, and in 3 seconds we'll start. 3, 2, 1, resume. And here we go.
So Sunblast is on the right side of the map. He changed slightly his build. He got a ablative armor for his predator. Means that the predators are going to gain a shield that regenerates over time.
Nice.
So he's planning on a late tier 3 where his predators are going to be able to tank much more. That's a pretty late game doctrine. Meanwhile, Weiss switched his Vendread for Assault Terminators, trying to go for more of a mirror elite. And he also got improved listening posts, so they're going to be a little bit tankier and do more damage. So he's going to be able to protect himself against those resource harass a bit more, because Sunblast is pretty aggressive like that.
Let me ask you a question. Between Eldar and Orcs, who's better suited to deal with the Marines? Especially early game. Who do you think is better suited to face that faction?
Early game, that would be the Eldar. Orc early game is pretty weak. They don't have scrap yet. It's pretty tough. Orcs are very strong if you let them get stronger, get their war, get their scrap. Eldar early game, they can still manage with the Dire Avengers and be annoying and run around the map with a fleet of flutes and just harass everywhere. But it really depends on the player. In Exodus, it's pretty balanced, to be honest. In retail, I would say Orcs are just better because they've got a lot of stuff that is still pretty overpowered. Right now we see Weiss being the aggressive one, sending 3 attack marines right up to the top shield generator, and Sunblast is inside trying to get that shield bubble. I don't think he was expecting that much aggression so soon.
No.
And Weiss is building a Doctrine Chapel on the high ground on Sunblast's side of the map, which usually this is where you build your natural first base expansion to get control over your half of the map. And Weiss has taken that shield bubble and is building a base there. This is very aggressive macro-wise. If you look at the
He has to. He lost 2 games here.
Yeah,
it's got to be aggressive.
5, so he cannot lose this game.
No, you cannot.
And meanwhile, Sunblast is dropping standard, and Assault Marine Squad drop pods on top of those Stack Marines. Weiss is responding by dropping his old shield banner and getting inside the shield with his Stack Marines. But the Assault Squads are able to get into the shield, so the cover here does not do much. And Weiss is just wasting resources trying to reinforce his units faster than Sunblast can kill them. But with that banner there, the Assault Space Marines have a pretty tanky shield. So that's a lot of resources that Weiss is spending just to keep those Stack Marines alive. He forced one Assault Marine Squad away, but the other is still full health and still inflicting some losses. That's a lot of requisition that he's spending. That's 60 requisition points per model that he's replenishing here, and he has been reinforcing them a lot. So he could have bought probably another attack squad by now from that reinforcement. So that's a pretty heavy bleed. Although it paid off because he still has his base, but Sunblast is using scout snipers now, and they have vision, and they can hit that Doctrine Chapel. So they're going to be able to kill it very slowly, but very surely as well.
Yeah, I mean, Sunblast has been really consistent in this tournament. I mean, the way he's been playing, solid micro. solid build orders. Real
Definitely.
solid player.
What I like with Sunblast is that he tends to have a more diverse composition with attacks and ASMs, and then he gets some devs, or here he gets some scouts. A lot of players tend to just focus on one or two units very early, but uh, I've noticed that Sunblast likes combined arms more.
Well, the last two games that we saw, I felt like were a game of inches. And with Sunblast, the way he plays, you can't make any mistakes because he's always gonna, he plays it like it's chess. He's always gonna capitalize,
But he's always going to
and he's
get
consistent.
value.
Yeah.
And he's getting value somewhere else. Like you can
Yep.
see Sunblast sending a sneaky servitor on top of the map while he's getting that building down from ways.
Don't
So
get me wrong. Weiss has done well. He's done very well. He's been very aggressive. But you just can't make any mistakes against Sunblast. Any mistake that you make, that's it. He's going to capitalize.
That's also what you get in finals of tournaments, even
Yep.
casual tournaments like this one. These guys, they are what's left.
Yep.
So they are the best ones that we had. And now Sunblast is pushing a shield at the top. He got flamers on his kill team. He's got two scout sniper squads in the back. These guys, they don't do a crazy amount of DPS, but they're going to be able to scare off any elites from waste because they do percent damage on Exodus. It's not insane, but it's enough to scare you away. Weiss is trying to get a bit more of the map at the bottom of the map because he lost his forward base, so he didn't get any value really from that. And he's not defending his top shield gen, so he needs to get some value somewhere. He's trying to see if he can get some resources at the bottom of the map on Sunblast's side, and he's going to be able to get the resource point, but Sunblast got a shield gen for it, and now he's rotating, getting that shield bubble on Waste's side, and he's going to get the other shield generator
Well,
pretty much uncontested.
yeah, I mean, Sunblast is showing some real map control here.
Yeah.
Early on, too. It's we're headed into 8 minutes here.
Waste is getting his base recall, so all his units are teleported back to his HQ. So he's going to be able to defend his shield, but Sunblast already moved on. He got some value out of that push anyway. He pretty much got a shield gen for free, so no reason to overstay your welcome.
Servitor deployed.
And now Waze is back in his shield with 4 TAC Marines and nothing to show for it.
May this fuel our victory.
So the early game was very much in favor of Waze, being very aggressive, but if you look at the map right now, it's pretty much entirely controlled by Sunblast.
Yep.
Only 1 point is still held by Waze.
I think he just pushed a little bit too far, and it's a game of inches, like I said. You make one mistake, that's it. That was a mistake.
That's what I said about those reinforcement costs. He was able to hold that bubble by just pumping out tax, but that was a lot of requisition that he was spending. So that you're going to feel it at some point. And that requisition was not spent getting a listening post. It was not spent getting power. So he's paying for it. He still has 4 tax, but they can't do anything. He's got an arsenal, but he's got no upgrades in it. He's not getting upgrades on his TAC Marines. And now he's going to be attacked by Soul Space Marines that are going to win against those ranged units. Especially if they've got fire support from those snipers in the back. So Sunblast is just roaming now, trying to find something to hit. But because he's got so much of the map, there's not much to hit still. Weiss retook some resources on his other side of the map, but it's still going to take a while to pay off. And he hasn't used his kill team Iron Maw. He can deploy Chaplain Diomedes, he might be waiting for a very early Soul Terminators. That would be very impactful if you get that 7-point elite first, while the other guy only has 4+2 or 4+3. That would be very significant, but it means that he has to hold for a little longer, and he can't do that. He uses Chaplain Diomedes to try and defend his freshly built resources on the top of the map.
Wow, fucking
But the Chaplain
Sunblast is
Diomedes alone versus two Soul Space Marines,
not gonna work
especially
out.
under fire of scouts, snipers behind, that is not going to work out. One Soul Space Marine has to run away. The scout snipers are not shooting because they're moving. So right now they're not chunking the Chaplain enough, but they might pretty soon if they can get a line of sight. Diomedes forces the other assault squad away. So right now he's done his job. Although that listening post is gone, so Weiss has to rebuild another one. That's what 250 requisition still.
wow.
So Chaplain did his job, but that was
Sunblast is, I mean, he's in a very good position right now.
yeah, definitely. You can see Weiss has built in one more tag squad, so he's got 5 unupgraded tags right now. But he's not
Weiss is
getting
in
much
yeah,
value out of those guys.
exactly. He's in catch-up mode.
And he didn't get well, he's got health and damage upgrades on them level 2, so they're not upgraded, but they don't have flamers or plasma guns. So they do decent damage to that listening post, but it's not crazy really.
No, they're taking damage too.
Well, Chaplain is going to be able to heal those guys as he builds Fury, that red bar that builds up at his level 2 of Fury. Every time that special hit triggers, he will give them shield and heal them in a circle. So he will be able. Oof! And you can see that person damage on a volley. That was 20% health gone.
Yep. Oh wow.
Another bar.
Whoa.
Bar.
Some
Yeah,
serious damage.
He has to run away. And that tag blob is getting caught inside the range of fire of that Devastator squad, which is slowing it down on top of a Vortex Grenade and some flames. And now it's very, very bad for Weiss. He dropped his standard, trying to get some disruption. And he dropped his own kill team as well. But he's going to lose that kill team. And he lost a tag squad right away. Another is almost dead. So that was a very nice trap from Sunblast, who dropped his 2 elites on top of slowed down attack marines.
Yes, I mean at this point, Sunblast is in clear control of the map, clear control of the game, and he's probably playing the most aggressive that we've seen. Right? I mean, I don't think he's had this kind of control. He's been doing this since about 8 minutes into it.
First game, he had more control sooner. I feel like he was more defensive, but he was very strong in that defense, and he put everything into that counter push of the attack marines, and now he's going to get value from it, getting a second shield gen. He's got 2 elites. He knows the other side can't do anything. That Diomedes is getting chunked big time by those snipers.
Completely being pawned, and he's about to go down.
Yeah, he cannot get into melee range to get some shields. And something weird is happening. It looks like he's getting hit inside the shield bubble. I don't know if that's normal. We will have to ask Dullahan. Weiss has reinforced his attack marines.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Still, attack marines versus ASMs, not going to work. Weiss has dropped a Deathstorm drop pod, but really, Sunblast has enough to tank it and to even kill it. He's got last devs, he's got Jonah with true damage. He can hide into that shield bubble and just shoot at it. So it's only giving Weiss a little bit of time, and that time is not going to help much if all he has is attack marines. And these poor guys are getting pummeled by the standard orbital shots as well.
We've taken a resource
So they still have to run away. Sunblast is getting that shield gen.
Wow, dominated. Total domination.
Feels
I think
bad, man.
I think the story of this particular game is that forward building at the start.
Yeah, that was very aggressive, but it didn't get any value, and
He's been reeling ever
Sunblast
since, really.
back in and was really, Waste was on the back foot. Still has 4 tactical marines, but they can't do anything versus that much CC. They get suppressed by the devastators. They get stunned and tied up by those assault marine squad, and they get roasted by that kill team iron maul.
infantry. We've completed a
So
requisition
they don't really have time to do DPS really. And Chaplain cannot get into melee range to get them shields because of those scary snipers and the sheer amount of CC really. Sunblast has recalled his kill team iron maul probably to get some
We have lost the precious
missiles maybe
resource
to
point.
push into that tower.
Weisberg just said the forward base was good. It's just the cover was lost, so I couldn't defend it.
Belay that.
Well, the idea of a forward base was good. It's just that Waste did not get value out of it. Because the cover was lost, yes, but there was nothing to take cover from because Sunblast already had he didn't have a ranged army. He was building Soul Space Marines from the start,
Gotcha.
so getting the bubble didn't protect from anything. Ooh, kill team dropped alone, but supported with a Storm drop bot, so maybe that can work. Except Jonah uses silence and blind, so that kill team doesn't get any value early on, and now Sunblast is forcing his units into melee range. The last devs were able to destroy the drop pod, and now the kill team is very much alone against that blob. Drop pod did some damage, forcing Sunblast out, but Waste's kill team is going to run into them, so yeah, has to turn back.
Tactical squad en route.
It could have been worse, could have been better. That kill team needs to run away though, because it's going to be shot by the snipers or something. Only one model left. It needs to go back and heal instead of trying to kill those resource points very slowly. The TAC blob is finishing off those models, so when they have an opportunity to shoot, when they're not suppressed by devastators, they still do some work.
Weiss got some kills there.
But I would love to see that kill team go heal, because it's making me nervous to see it walk around in the middle of the map with just one model, knowing there are snipers around.
A requisition generator.
Chaplain Diomedes is retaking his side of the base, trying to destroy the Doctrine Chapel now.
Wow, we've seen a lot of Marines in this series, but no Gabriel.
Host is active.
Yeah, Gabriel is very good with CC and so, but in mirror matches, I don't think he's as good. He's very good against orcs.
Sure looks cool.
Taking fire. We've completed a requisition generator.
So the TAC Marines are still roaming around,
Sniper scouts
trying to
deployed.
push Jonah away. Kill team is fighting back at the HQ, healing up.
Cast the holy standard.
Diomedes got that building down, so Waste is retaking some of the
He's
map.
clawing his way back, yep.
He's still behind in resources though, so
Big time, but you gotta do something. This is the best
yeah.
best it's been for him.
But
Here comes
Waste is
Sunblast.
slowly getting back on the field. He's getting another drop port, Death Storm drop pod. He's flooding a lot of requisition, but he doesn't have much power because Sunblast has denied that, and he hasn't rebuilt power at the bottom of the map. He only has one generator at the top, which keeps getting harassed. So
Over
he
and
can't
over.
take up. It's pretty hard for Waste right now. And he can't really build a lot of requisition units either, because he's going to get too much upkeep, and it's still going to slow him down. So he has to just get some value with those tacticals and that shotgun. Sunblast is pushed into his shield gen, but safely inside the bubble. The Tech Marines are clearing up the middle of the map, killing servitors, killing generators. Sunblast
Sunblast
is trying to push
trying
them
to push
away.
back. Yep.
And we can see that power difference at play at the bottom because a Dreadnought was dropped on that tower. That sucks. Kill Team Iron Mode from Sunblast with a missile trying to get some
Holy
value.
cow!
And
Base rush.
these Terminators. Death Storm is dropped, but again, against our heavy armor, it's not going to do much. That tower is going down. Tech Marines are trying to finish off the power sword.
Wow, tower's down.
Turret's down. Assault Terminators teleported straight away to the core, and they're already doing damage to the core, while the rest of Waste's army is trying to deal with that Dreadnought. Jonah is in the back with some fire support in the form of Devastators and Snipers, very long range, and they're playing their part. And the Assault Terminators are shredding everything. Diomedes is trying to hold with his passive and getting shield every hit, but it's probably not going to be enough. He has to run away. 5 Tactical Marines is not enough to deal with Assault Terminators though, and they're going to be able to slam everything down. Kill Team is called back down. Vortex Grenade, % damage, that's nice, but probably won't be enough. And that Kill Team is focused down and suppressed by Devastator squads, and it's going to be shot at by Sniper Scouts in the back.
I love the way this battle started, right? With Sunblast doing that nice little sneak attack.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
He really likes to bait somewhere and attack somewhere else.
Yeah, I love that.
Last devs, so the Terminators, the Assault Terminators have to go back. The core is going to regenerate health slowly because we are still in the early parts of the game, in escalation phase 3. But still, the tower is gone, so again the core is opened, and Sunblast can just do one of those sneaky pushes.
It's the start of his end game. It's the start of his end game.
So now Waste is just responding now. He's building last divs and more tags, because he doesn't have the power to do much more. So Tac Marines don't cost power, at least. But yeah, that's pretty bad for him. During that push, Sunblast also completely captured that bottom point. So Waste is stuck on a single upgrading node. He's getting a third last cannon team. And Sunblast is he's got an Assault Marine squad, then he's reinforcing. He's got a last dev, Tac Marines, Scout Snipers. He's got a little bit of everything. He doesn't have Scouts though. The Assault Terminators are completely healed up. And Sunblast is moving out again. He's got a Doctrine Chapel in the middle of the map.
A lot of smelly cheese in the chat. Like that.
Waste has got his last devs on high ground, a little bit clumped together. One of them is not inside the cover. You can see the green shield above their heads. But if Sunblast just teleports Assault Terminators inside the bubble, it won't matter anyway. And Sunblast has got 3 Assault Marine squads, so Sunblast can just tie up any anti-vehicle that Waste has right now. So Waste is very much in danger.
Big time.
He can't really push either. Like,
here we go.
He's forced to wait. If he waits, he loses. If he pushes, he loses. It's a very bad spot to be in. I do not envy Waste. A single Assault Terminator, Assault Space Marine squad with Power Sword is completely wrecking that building. Once they get Power Swords, they destroy buildings really fast.
The infamous Doctrine
Their
Chapel.
their job is done, and they can just jump away. Even though there's an entire army there, they were able just to jump in, kill the building, jump out. Weiss has got a chaplain back, kill team back, but he's 3 points away from that assault terminator squad, so that sucks. And now he's being jumped on by assault terminators, completely disrupting the entire army. Assault terminators are behind him. Kill team Ironman was jumped in front of him, and now he has to go up on the ramp, but the assault terminators get inside that bubble, followed by assault space marines. An orbital is used, but doesn't do much, to be honest.
Looks cool.
Grace barely escapes, but he can't fight. He has to run, because if he stops, the other side catches up and is going to completely destroy him.
Well, either way, that's going to happen.
And now
Here it
war is
comes.
being duplicated. More assault space marines with swords are dropped. You can see those predators with now the shield doctrine into play, so they get that ablative shield that regenerates over time. But I don't think they're going to lose the shields at this point. The core is being focused down. Assault terminators are making sure that nothing can focus down those assault space marines.
Well, Sunblast did a great job of using predators today. I mean, wow, right?
Well,
Definitely a unit
predators
to keep an eye out. You know?
They're very good. Space marines have a very strong late game, especially if you get those shields. And the predators also have a doctrine where they get a stacking range and attack speed. They get very, very hard to beat.
And this is
Especially
really
if
a
you've got
big battle. Wow.
line like that, with a lot of jumping and slamming, and that Devastator Marine squad is the MVP as well, because Wace's army has been suppressed the entire time, so they're slowed down. It really doesn't help kiting. The core is being protected, and now it's gone, and he's dead.
Sunblast is the champion of the world and the #1 player in Dawn of War 3.
Yep, that was a best of 5, so 3-0 for Sunblast. Second
Holy
game
fuck.
was very close. Waze could have won it. Very, very close, but yeah, Sunblast had a better map control overall, really.
Weiss was very competitive.
It's
You know,
very well played from both of them.
Yes, I agree. And it was just a game of inches. And the second that Weiss made a mistake, Sunblast just made him pay for it, you know? Just made him pay over and over again. And Weiss was able to get back at some points, but still Sunblast with his advantage and his good micro was able to win. Sunblast is the winner of the tournament. Congratulations, Sunblast. Thank you, Weiss. An amazing series and an amazing tournament. We started off doing this for fun, and it turned into a really good time. And I definitely appreciate all of you guys participating and playing. And I had a good time, Artist. What do you think?
It was really fun to cast. That was my first time commenting games like that.
Very knowledgeable,
Yeah.
man.
Well, I try. I love knowing about the game, like knowing damage values and that kind of stuff. So I'm part of those guys who go look into the game file to figure out what's going on. And it really helps getting insight on a fight, like knowing why stuff is going on. It's very interesting to me.
Absolutely, and you know what? I'm like a glorified cameraman. Probably one of the first cameramans in RTS. What was supposed to happen? Some artist was supposed to do the casting, and we ran into issues with his internet. So I ended up grabbing the helm, and I had a great time. I really had a great time doing this, and it's definitely something that I definitely want to cast again. But you know, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to look to up the stakes and either we're going to do a cash tournament, or if we can, if we're able to raise enough money, I'd like to do a tournament on Dawn of War 3 for either a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. They're about $300, and I think maybe about another $50 and tax, and then there's shipping and handling. I'd like to do a tournament that involves a really decent prize, a novelty to attract people to the game, and yeah, $5 million, that would be great.
That would be great. $5 million.
Yeah, I think I definitely like to step up the prizes, and let's see if we can get some competitive play going here for Dawn. So thank you guys so much. Artist, you're an amazing individual. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure doing this, and I look forward to doing this a lot more with you, for sure. Any final thoughts?
Not really,
Well,
just one. It's just I think the games were very close because it was a mirror match, and I think it really means that because you're playing a mirror match, those small mistakes are more important. It pushes the balance and the pressure so much that the first time someone makes a mistake, that's why it just everything steamrolls from there.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, artists, for doing this. Big shout out to Dullahan and all the people that participated. Once again, congratulations to Sunblast. He is the champion of the world of Dawn of War 3. Thank you so much, guys. And we will see you all on Discord. Thank you. Thank you, artists.